famous as Robert Frost. He's probably as famous as Sylvia Plath. He's got a name, Langston Hughes. Okay, right? Do you know anything about him? Anybody sitting here? Okay, Langston Hughes is a guy associated with the Harlem Renaissance. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
The Harlem Renaissance. After the Civil War, what's happening to all the black families in America? Where are they going? They're all going what direction? North. Why? Because there's nothing for the black families down south. There must be something up north. So, at that point, a lot of cities, Philadelphia, Detroit, New York, LA, Chicago, here comes the whole influx of black population. Now we got a full city. Here we go. Welcome to the America most of us know. Okay. One of the main places the black family settled was Harlem, up in New York City, right? Up in New York, just north of Manhattan. You been to Manhattan? Okay, it's north of Manhattan, up in Harlem. Okay. He's a member of the Harlem Renaissance. Back in the 1930s, a lot of black artists, a lot of black writers, a lot of black singers, they congregated in Harlem, and from Harlem, they did all their talent, and America went, wow, look at that. Okay, so Harlem was a big place to go if you were black, an entertainer or an artist back then. So he comes out of the Harlem Renaissance, that movement. He's black, number one. Number two, he's gay. He's got some issues as far as trying to fit in. Langston Hughes, yes. So, do you agree with me that America today is at least more of a rainbow type thing? We have a different color schema. Good, we agree. Would you agree with me that back in the 1930s, it really was kind of a white thing, and then everyone else tried to find a way to fit in? Hi, I'm Mr. McCann. I'll be the English teacher today. Somebody say something right. You agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, in other words, you'd be crazy not to agree with that. Because look at America today. Blacks, Hispanics, whites, Asians, right? Native Americans, everybody. Now, I'm not saying we're perfect. What I mean is, at least the spectrum is a lot more full. Yes. Back then, it was like a white thing, and then everyone, and you had to find a place on the chart. Okay, so now, what's he going to deal with? You ready? This poem we're going to read, called Harlem. Here's what he's dealing with. Ready? In 19, give me a number. Give me a date.
July
1921.
July 2nd, 1933.
You're funny. Anyway, all right, 1933. Actually, go later. Go 1953.
1953.
Okay, it's 1953. Ready? The wars are over. The dead are dead. Right? The injured are getting help. America's getting back to normal. Here's the problem. White America. They're starting to get their second car. White America. They're starting to take vacations. White America. They're getting color TVs. Okay. White America is starting to live the life that we associate with being an American. Okay. Now, how about Black America? Is this too awkward for you guys to talk about?
No.
Because, I mean, Raphael's shaking her head. Thank you. At least she's responding. No, good. You're responding to me.
One car.
Okay, no, not even that. Black America in 1950 is still what? They're waiting for the bus. Say with me. Go with me on this.
Where's the bus?
Yes, you know this. In other words, 1950. If you're black, I see the guy across the street. He's white, right? There's his wife. There's his 2.5 kids. There's the dog. There's the fence. And they're leaving for what? And they're leaving to go see the Grand Canyon. What the hell? Right? They got a color TV. All right, here's my black family. I'm living over here waiting for the bus. I'm living day to day. My money only covers the food today. I ain't got shit, right? Okay, this is unacceptable. You agree?
Yeah.
That's what he's going to write about. This poem is about how much longer can the black culture live waiting for our ship to come in America.
Not much.
How much longer can the black culture wait for our ship to come in? So when he says, what happens to a dream deferred, he means, what is the black culture going to do if you keep telling us what? Wait, just be patient. In another couple of years, boy, you're going to have everything right. Just wait a couple of years, just wait, relax. He's saying what? We've been patient for a long time. When we run out of patience, then what do? Okay, that's what this poem is about.
You agree?
Okay? So, it's called Harlem, and I'll read it, ready? It's obviously it's quick, it's not even that hard to understand. What happens to a dream deferred, meaning put off? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Does it fester like a sore sun? Does it stink like rotten meat? Does it crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load. Doesn't explode.
I get it. This makes sense.
Okay, let's go through it, okay? You know the dream he's talking about, that American dream, right?
Yeah.
2 cars, color television, Grand Canyon. You keep telling me what? Wait, just relax, you'll get yours? Okay, what happens to that dream? Number 1, that dream of ours, does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Okay, what's he mean? It's an image he gives you. You're gonna tell me on Tuesday. Raisins come from what fruit?
Great.
Grapes. We've all been into a grape. You agree? Would you agree with me? It's all juicy.
Yep.
It's squirt. Okay. Grapes are good. You agree? So right now, what's he saying? Right now, the black culture is like a grape. It's ripe. It's juicy. It's right. It's part of the whole nature's garden. What you keep telling us to wait for our dream is like you took us and put us where? On the windowsill. And what did the sun do?
You shrivel up.
The sun beat down on that grape and turned it into
A raisin.
a dried up, shriveled up, right? Deformed looking little raisin, void of all juice, done with its sweetness, just absolutely looks like a piece of rabbit shit.
Hey.
In other words, right, think of the 2 visuals. The beautiful grape versus the ugly little raisin. So what's he telling you? Is that one thing you want from us, people? By the way, is he talking to black people or white people here?
Black.
White.
He's
White,
talking to
white.
white people. In other words, is that what you want? Do you want the black culture to be sitting on a windowsill and shrivel up and lose all its juice? That could happen. That's one thing could happen. Now, what else could happen? Do you want the black culture to fester like a sore and then run? Okay? You've all, gentlemen especially, but in these day and age, ladies, do you ever get that sore on like your elbow that won't heal? And after a while you touch it and it's actually gooey and sticky? You know what I mean? And then you pull the scab off, it's like it's like this. And then after a while you feel something running down your hand. And it's that little piece of white shit that comes running. You go, wow, look at that. And it's got like a weird odor. You never did that? You will. Okay.
I don't want to do that.
So, no, but you don't talk right. So is it this? Is that what you want from the black culture? Do you want us to be like a sore on your elbow that never heals? Do you want us to eventually start stinking? Do you want us to eventually start like running down like some pus? Is that what you want? That's a pretty image. That's the second thing. Third thing, does it stink like rotten meat? Okay? You've all opened up your refrigerator and you found that pack of bologna that your mom bought 4 weeks ago that you put back there and no one ever ate it. You open up and go, what? Woo, shit! Right? It's all discolored and it stinks and you throw it away. Is that what you want from us? Or are you going to keep on pushing our dream off until one day, what? The black culture stinks like a rotten meat and you just throw us away. How about that, people? Is that what you want? Or how about this, he says? Does it crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? How about if you all Uncle Tom us to death? Is that what you want? Do you want a nation of Uncle Toms? Yes, master. No, master. Yes, sir. No, sir. Is that what you want? Okay, but you see, okay, do you agree with me? He's making people uncomfortable. In other words, I hope I'm making you uncomfortable, but that's what good poets do. How do you think white America reacted reading this? Oh, they were upset, felt guilty, they were angry. In other words, no, but he's giving it to them like it is. Do you want, wait, am I supposed to call you master forever? How often you going to make me look up at you when you walk by and like have to move out of the sidewalk? How often? Forever? When are we going to walk by each other on the sidewalk as equals? Ever? This is what he's talking about. So, do you want us to crust over like a sugar over, like a syrupy sweet, and be all nice and kind and pretty to you? Is that what you want? And then he goes down this. Maybe we're just going to sag. Like we're carrying some big burden. Is that what you want from us? Do you want to say, look, there goes the black culture. It looks like each one is carrying, what, a 150-pound sack? They're so weighted down with racism and burden with all the shit that we give them. Is that what you want from us? Do you want us to walk around like we have the weight of the world on our shoulders? Is that what you want? Because that's possible too. So he's giving you 5 or 6 scenarios what could happen if you keep on telling us to wait. And now, if you're black America, if you're white America, you're like, shit, I'm uncomfortable, shit, I'm uncomfortable. But the last line is the money line. The last line is the money line. What else could happen? We could do what one day?
Lose it.
Go crazy.
What's he mean by explode?
Revolt.
You keep deferring our dream. Another option is we coming at you. And when anything explodes, there's going to be bodies. There's going to be blood. The American dream, put off. In other words, while you get your house with 2 cars and a color TV, I'm living in some like ghetto apartment and I'm taking the bus to work and that kind of thing. You keep telling me to be patient, that one day I'll be part of American culture. I don't see it happening, he says. Go.
What do you say? That's the way it's property.
Yeah, in other words, do you want me to be overly nice to you? To where when you walk by me on the street, I'm nodding my head like, hello, Mr. White Guy. Black people, 2 white people. All right, hold on. Are we good? Look at me. All right, somebody say something smart before I stop this.
Something before you stop this.
Somebody say something smart, because I'm not leaving until I'll stay here till August.
Oh, okay.
If they like,
Say something.
if they just keep pushing off, like,
Talk to me about what he said. Is he right?
yes, he's right.
That's your first thing. You should be saying something like this to me. I think for being 1950, I think he's about as dead on correct as, right? I absolutely believe that across America, white people were getting their second TV and they already had their first color TV. And I believe black people were probably still living in tenements and ghetto type thing and waiting for the bus. And I do believe white America kept telling black America, just be tight, just be patient, you'll get there. I have no problem with him telling white America what?
Get your shit straight.
That we're not putting up with it much longer. Now, that last line, how do you think white America responded to that? Here's my, okay, if you were advising Langston Hughes, if you were his friend the day he wrote that, would you advise him to write that line? Okay, I'd probably say no.
Because I feel like that's just made him go farther on.
Here's my problem, thank you. My problem is this. When he said this, or does it explode, do you agree with me? That is a threat. That is an absolute threat to white America. Now here's my problem. Take away the fact of black and white. When you threaten someone, the person you threaten has 2 options. One, I could give in and give you what you want.
Or you could fight back.
Or I could build the wall higher and make my gun bigger. You see my point?
Yeah.
That's my problem with that line. I love Langston Hughes. I think he's dead on correct. But that line is a line in the sand. It is a line in the sand. Once you start drawing that line, there may be no turning back. That is definitely the violent part. So now, like you said, maybe he was keeping his fingers crossed that threat would make white America go, wait a minute, he's right. We've got to kind of like make some changes here. I don't know that we did. I sometimes think we just built the wall
Higher.
and bought bigger guns.
But he got knocked down eventually.
Go.
I'm a little curious as to what the title has to contribute to the poem. Like the title?
You mean Harlem?
Yeah.
Harlem was that place. Are you familiar with Harlem at all?
No.
Okay, Harlem is an all black section or help me out here.
It's like a borough in New York.
It's a borough, but it's all black.
Yeah.
Okay, and in other words, all the other boroughs in New York had different cultures. Harlem was just all black people. Now, back when like I said, that's where the Harlem Renaissance occurred. Okay, but Harlem would have been the picture of what he's talking about. There were certain sections of Harlem you couldn't walk in. It was just so dangerous.
You can kill him too. Look, you can kill him too. Look, break his neck.
Yeah.
Okay, now, before I'm done, you're gonna write me a paragraph on this. Okay, if I say, okay, if you have to write a paragraph on Langston Hughes, are you gonna beat up the fact that it's complex.
No.
I think you could. Okay, but could you toy with the complexity of it? Yes, because those metaphors are hard. You have to unravel them. But ultimately, is it violent?
Yeah, that last part.
There's a hint of violence.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, yes.
Instigate violence.
Is this a dark poem, though?
If you
Yeah, it's dark of its view about America. at the
if you
time.
look,
All right, real quick. What's going to happen is this. Monday when you come in, I don't know, this morning in homeroom, I just went through top of my head what I know is on the test. Monday's your test. So just again, very quickly, French Revolution, the three estates, the Bourbon family, Louis XVI, Marie Antoinette, storming the Bastille, Robespierre, the Reign of Terror, here comes Napoleon, he wanted an empire. 7 times they sent coalitions at him. He went to Russia, got his ass kicked. Waterloo is where they finally basically killed him. Okay, okay, now, he's dead. What happens then? We have to have a meeting to figure out what to do. What's the meeting called? Okay, Congress of Vienna. What is the goal of the Congress of Vienna? The balance of power. They want to restore Europe to this. Okay, here's the problem with this. After the Congress of Vienna, did they restore balance to Europe? No, because Great Britain, without an enemy in Napoleon, decided to make an empire. All of a sudden, they own Europe. That's not going to work. I'm going to ask you who the Queen was during the British Empire. Just tell me Victoria. Now, another problem. 1852. Who comes to the French leadership? Napoleon III. Make sure you put the 3 or else it doesn't make any sense. Here comes Napoleon III. Okay, he's going to rebuild France. What country does he pick on? He picks on Prussia. Prussia is a German region dominated by 2 people. King Wilhelm and this guy named Bismarck. They only have one thing in common. That is the love of a gun, the love of war. Okay, this scares the hell out of Europe. If Prussia wins, we're going to war. France is a much more civilized country. If France wins, maybe we'll be okay here. Okay, therefore, this is the most famous big war you never heard of. The Franco-Prussian War of 1870. Okay, who wins the war?
Prussia.
Prussia. And Europe has its oh shit moment. This is Europe's oh shit moment. What does Europe know is coming now? We're going to have a war. Because with Prussia, with these 2 guys, and Prussia, and now Germany's united, guess what? You might as well start loading now. I look like a playing guitar, that wasn't me, right? Oh yeah, what the hell was that? Okay. Anyway, the rest of them, you good?
What is the FPW of these?
Show me where.
Yeah.
Franco-Prussian War.
Okay.
On Tuesday when you come in, I'll give you a piece of paper. I'll walk down each row. Hold on, go sit down. I'll give you a piece of paper. I'll walk down each row. I'll say the row number 1. 1, 3, 4. That means you're writing Williams, Frost, and Stafford. Row number 2. Do 3, 4, and 5. Row number 3. Do 5, 1, and 2. I'll do something like that. I'll make it up on the spot. I will tell you that morning who you're writing about.
Wait,
Nah.
morning?
Wait.
Wait,
No.
I'm not writing daddy.
Again?
Do it, you won't.
Not writing them.
Can we move to that row?
No, that's right. Well, before class starts.
Technically.
All right, are we good? Yeah. Then I'll see you Monday.
Wait, how, if you assign the people, how do you know who you assign them?
Because everyone in this drill will have the same poets. And first, because here's what's going to happen. Everyone in this drill will do 1, 3, and 5. Except like you. I'll do it right. If you don't know 3, therefore you're going to go. You're going to go 4. I told you 1, 3, and 5. And I'll know it by the row. The only way you get away with that is if everyone else did 1, 4, 5. That's right, I won't remember the right side. But I know which row you're in.
The correlation, everybody's.
That's the only thing you got, right?
So when did the essay?
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like all on Friday.
You okay? Good girl. You guys busy weekend?
Chase.
Thanks. Art kicked me out again.
I got that. He gonna randomly tell you.
For real?
Do you? Because you just took a picture of the whole freaking channel.
Go fight, go fight.
I take notes. Yeah.
No, don't stand up there, no, don't stand up there, I hate that. Just sit down somewhere. What's wrong? It looks like you wanna leave my class, hurts my feelings.